Steve here, Concierge Health Advisor. Woo! Continuing on with the Celebrity Health series. You've clicked on it, Michaela Peterson. These aren't designed to diss on these poor souls that are suffering in their health. Some are suffering a little bit, some are suffering a bit more, but anyway, this is meant as a reach out personally, and also to add some value to other people with possibly the same sort of conditions that they may have, and some challenges to the thoughts of those particular ill health elements. So Michaela Peterson, daughter of the famous Dr. Jordan Peterson, and there's been some negative stuff on her in the past, just like with any famous person, I guess. We could always take a bit of a hit if you're a famous person, and I get it. This isn't a continuation. This is a reach out and a help for the person involved, Michaela, and others that may have her thing. So apparently she's got juvenile rheumatoid arthritis, according to Google. I think she's referenced it once before that I've heard with my own ears. Juvenile rheumatoid arthritis, yeah, I get it. Other issues, mental health stuff. Let's see. But if Michaela really has rheumatoid arthritis, let's not forget this space. What I advocate is that autoimmune diseases are not genetic, are not your body is just attacking us. It just happens. It's just a certain thing in your genes, and you just get it. Well, the case, I'll tell you, the case with rheumatoid arthritis, the rheumatoid part is a bacterial infection, mycoplasma. You've got mycoplasma in the joints, not just Michaela, but other. If you really do have proper rheumatoid arthritis, it's mycoplasma in your joints. So your doctor needs to prescribe minocycline, at least 6 weeks to 8 weeks, a 6 to 8 week course of this particular minocycline, and on top of that, you need to make sure that your nutrition is on song. And I do know many are aware of Michaela Peterson's advocacy of the carnivore diet. It was keto, now it's all sort of carnivore, because she gets less ill health effects on that particular approach, the whole carnivore approach. I've referenced it in the past and that sort of thing, but with the carnivore diet, if you do pursue that, I advocate. If you're going to continue with carnivore, you better be eating organ meats as well as things like bone broth. And I do believe that Michaela's probably going for the bone broth. But if you just liver, kidneys, brains, testicles, organ meats. That's where our prehistoric man, and a few centuries ago, when slaves used to live longer than the masters, bone broth and organ meats and that sort of thing, right? So if you're a carnivore, not just with Michaela, but everyone else out there, if you're a carnivore, get those organ meats, start introducing them. Otherwise, in a decade or two, downstream effects, there are downstream effects, because you're missing out on quite a few micronutrients. And what I advocate here is that we need at least 90 micronutrients, 60 of those are minerals, 16 vitamins, 12 amino acids, and 2 essential fatty acids. There are more of those particular categories of micronutrients, but those 90 are declared essential, and we need them in decent amounts good ratios for optimum health. Out of ratio or absence is health, ill health and death, and obesity, and greying of hair, and going wrinkly. So I caught my chronic health issues late 40s. I'm now in my 50th year, and so I'm trying to save the world. Yes, people have tried in this approach, but here's another try. When I'm 103 and I can say, half a century ago, I told you guys, well, this is the effort. And it's also a reach out for not just Michaela, for other people that I've got my own service delivery in this approach. It's not just the micronutrients. We need to optimize digestion and absorption. There's only a few little differences individually, but all this can be discovered for people that don't want to pay. You just got to wade through the quagmire of all my content and you'll get the picture. But if you really want to get that efficacy, like 100% solving rheumatoid arthritis in this case, and other chronic diseases and autoimmune diseases, that advocacy that I go for here, what I advocate here is whole absorption and micronutrients supplementation approach. If you do pursue the natural diet approach to get all your micronutrients, well, if you're relying on the general food supply chain, the stuff that we get at the supermarket, well, it's not dependable. You won't be getting what you need every time. And that's why in this day and age we need to supplement. And there is a high efficacy way to supplement, which I advocate here. There's no secret. You can also not pay for my consult service and go with it. But some people don't quite get it, and that's why you need some skin in the game to really increase the efficacy. So here it is. Mycoplasma in that rheumatoid arthritis. You need to go on minocycline for 6 weeks to 2 months, and I've got this whole clumsy branding of the keto 44. The keto diet is the calories part, 80% keto. You can have some grains in there, but the first 44 part is eliminating 4 categories of food, which means gluten is first on that list. It's just not just wheat, barley, and rye, as Google would say. It's also oats. It's also oats. If you're thinking you're gluten-free with oats, nah, you're stuffed. Your absorption is totally hampered. The villi in your small intestine is going to continue to be damaged into your second half century of life. For me, it'll be the next century. And for people that do my approach to health. Yeah, so there you go. There it is. The second category, I'll just quickly cover the whole 44. The second category of the foods that we need to eliminate is oils, which means oils in a bottle, which I say oils in a bottle because it's those oils oxidate. They're oxidized, and when you consume them, even if they're not superheated, that's another issue. But when they're oxidized, those oils contribute to the whole atherosclerosis formation in your circulatory system. The trans fats, the heterocyclic amines and acrylamides. Even worse when you superheat oils. Also burnt animal fat and fried food. That's the whole oils complex. And already people are saying, oh, I love that food. If you love that sort of food, well, you've got this other issue, which is pica, P-I-C-A. Google does do a good job in explaining that either. Most of us are suffering from pica because pica is generally nutrient deficiency issues which lead to cravings of particular foods, and the usual cravings are of carb type oils that we go for, and don't want to go down that rabbit hole, but that's just an indication of where it gets a bit complicated. Yeah. So that's the second category of food that we need to eliminate. Then sugars, which also includes fruit. Michaela will like that because she's carnivore, right? Yeah. But even fruit is a type of sugar. Fructose is sugar. It acts as sugar on your body. The sort of fruit that we have these days is not like our prehistoric ancestors used to have. Our fruit these days is extra fruity, extra juicy, extra sugary fructose, and it's not quite ideal for our physiology, even though it's fruit. And fruit does have vitamins, minerals, sugar. Benefits risk. Too much fruit still has too much sugar in it for our health. Immunity, toxicity, its effect on immunity especially. That's another rabbit hole, right? And the fourth category is nitrates. Nitrates, usually the whole processed meats complex, the whole bacon, ham, salami, spam, corned beef, pastrami, blah, 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 all that, yeah. So that's the four categories of food we need to eliminate. And then we have, I've talked about those four categories of micronutrients, the minerals, vitamins, essential amino acids and essential fatty acids. And then, wow, it's magic. Your health will improve, like mine, hopefully. Even though Michaela is doing well, let's smash that arthritis, the rheumatoid part of the arthritis, because the rheumatoid is just the bug we need to eliminate. And then there's the whole other arthritis part, which is calcium, acidity in the gut, leaky gut, parathyroid issues. It gets a little bit complicated. There's high efficacy. I've seen it in my tight circle of people that follow what I advocate. It's miracles. Rather than starting to ramble a bit, I think I've made my point. There's a reach out for Michaela and others with her type of condition. If there is still any ongoing mental health stuff, cholesterol deficiency. There's probably no cholesterol deficiency with Michaela eating a bit more saturated fat than most of us, but cholesterol just as a cherry on the cake sort of addition to the content here. Cholesterol intake is important for saturated fats, important for brain health and hormone health, fertility, sexual performance, and that sort of thing. Cholesterol is very important. Cholesterol issues, those 6 scary cholesterol numbers are not cholesterol intake in itself. That's not the whole cholesterol numbers complex. It's what causes the bad cholesterol, the LDL type complex, is oils and sugar intake. Donuts, big factor in that. So just another little insight into that. It can get a little bit complicated, but the approach is simpler than people think. So anyway, that's it for Michaela today. Until the next time, bye bye. Oh, sorry, I just wanted to add with the whole carnivore thing. I did sort of point to it. Burnt animal fat, that part of the carnivore diet, if you're cooking your meat more than medium rare, especially the red meat stuff, right, that's what's contributing to the oils issue. So don't cook your meat more than medium rare, okay, because any more than that adds to the whole atherosclerosis build up in your circulatory system. I just needed to add that. That's it.